My moss farm can automatically generate stone, but there's still some problems. If I bone meal the moss first, before breaking all the moss carpet, no moss generates underneath the carpet. I need to clear it all out with a hoe first, and that's quite a bit of work. Let's try to automate that today. As the stone gets generated, it breaks the moss blocks and they pop out as items. The moss carpets aren't breaking. I can break moss carpets with a water bucket. If I place the water here, the water flows and the moss carpets get washed away. There's still a problem. This moss block is blocking the flow and the items are getting stuck. I'll move it up one more block so the water can pass freely underneath. Placing this water bucket by hand isn't much better than using a hoe though. Maybe there's a way to use redstone to make the water flow. You might have seen in other videos that you can use a trapdoor as a cheap way to direct water with redstone. But this doesn't work in Bedrock Edition. Unlike Java Edition, waterlogged trapdoors don't block the flow of water. A way that does work in Bedrock Edition is to direct the flow of water with a sticky piston and a block. Another way is with a dispenser, which is what we'll use today. Make a dispenser with a bow, cobblestone, and redstone. Point the face towards the space where the water goes. If I put an item in it and power the block, it will use that item. With an empty bucket in it, I powered it again, and it uses the bucket to collect the water. If I put bone meal in a dispenser, that will bone meal the moss block. I need more dispensers. I have one, but I need 7 more, each with a water bucket. To make them, I need 7 bows, 7 redstone, and 7 buckets, which would take quite a bit of iron, because it's 3 iron per bucket, and I need 7, so that's 21 iron. What am I going to do to get these bows and buckets? I could hunt some spiders for string, and some skeletons for bows. I could go find an abandoned mine shaft and get some cobwebs, or I can do some villager trading, so I can also get buckets that way too. Let's pack up for an adventure and find ourselves a village. So we might be going a bit further afield. If I put this map above my bed, it'll show where home is, so we should always be able to find home. Let's do some exploring until I find a village. I've found quite a large swamp and trekked my way through it. Villages don't spawn in swamps, and so I'm not going to find what I need here, but this is some really interesting terrain. I don't know if that's a shipwreck over there that is floating, or what happened. I think I want to check that out. Actually, I think that is a shipwreck. There's a shipwreck here, and one up there. What I'll do, place some blocks there, and then work my way up. This is quite high up. That was a whole stack of cobblestone, I think. And there's our shipwreck. I would like to do something with this at some point. We can get a pretty good view from up here. I think that might be a village just in that little river over there. Let's do it. So we're finding all sorts of materials on this trip too. We've got quite a few different wood types available to us now. I think we saw spruce and birch and oak and dark oak for the dark oak forest. Some pumpkins. Pumpkins are really useful for working with villagers. So might as well get ourselves some. Oh, I think I see some village buildings. There it is. Well, let's see what we're working with here. We do have some villagers. Hello, villagers. So we found a village. Our mission is to get ourselves some dispensers and some buckets to go in those dispensers. So we're going to need fishermen and fletchers. This village has none of those, but if we make some workstations, we can get some. And I've collected some trees, which are growing over there. And I found myself some gravel. So that should be enough for us to get some fletchers on the go. I'll also use the wood to make some barrels for fishermen. So with the gravel that I got, I'm just gonna dig it until I get at least 2 flint. There was 1. That's 2. So if we take some planks and our 2 flint, we can make ourselves a fletching table. I'm going to place this down somewhere kind of centrally, because I'll be talking to this guy quite a lot. Cool. So I've got a fletcher. I can sell him sticks. Make a bunch of sticks. And now I can start buying bows. I might want to wait a little bit to buy bows, because I also want buckets. So with some slabs and some planks, I'm going to make a barrel. I'm going to make this a little fisherman's hut. Right by the water here. Oh, we don't have a fisherman yet. Might want to remove some of the other jobs over here. Also just might be the time of day. Villagers only work certain hours of the day. Do you want to be a fisherman? Maybe. It's a nice little job over here for you. Oh, I see a fisherman. Not sure why he's not going towards his job, but there we go. And this is exactly what we want. We want buckets of cod. Don't tell the fisherman, but we're going to release the cod and keep the buckets. Cod are not native to the river, so this will be a new home for them. We're out of emeralds, so I'm going to chop some more trees so I can sell some more sticks to our fletcher, and we can buy some buckets of cod from our fishermen. What I might want to do is make myself a grindstone, because if I can get a weaponsmith, sometimes they'll sell axes, which an iron axe would be lovely right now, so that I can harvest those trees a little quicker. But here's our weaponsmith. He can sell us an axe. I'll get back to this and see you when I have a few more emeralds. Alright, these are my last 2 buckets. Now I can start trading for bows. So this might be the last time I to talk to this guy. We got what we needed to continue working on our moss farm. Do I remember how to get out? Let's see. Well, I let it get dark, but I do see that ship I found. I did not collect enough wool to go to sleep. At least I'm not totally lost. The sun's starting to rise, so I'm gonna make my way a little closer to shore. I've matched one of the coordinates now, but I'm still a ways off from reaching home. Kind of exploring some new spots, but should make it home soon. And we're back. And we can see our map updated that little bit. So these 2 are linked. Now we have the goodies we need. So we got bows and buckets for our dispensers. Let's get those crafted up. Let's make 7 of these. We already have 1. So I have 1 extra bow. That's okay. Water flows 8. So we're going to want to put our dispensers 1 beyond that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll put our dispensers right here. And then let's get ourselves 8 buckets of water. In each of these dispensers, we'll put 1 water bucket. With a little bit of redstone and a button, we can turn the water on and turn it off. With a line of redstone, a repeater, and a couple of buttons, we can keep our farm running with just redstone inputs. No hoeing of carpets required. There's a problem though. I have to run back and forth to press these 2 buttons. Let's see if we can get that down to just 1 button. I want the dispensers to trigger again after some delay. Repeaters can add delay to a circuit, so let's try those. The redstone signal goes down this line. I want it to delay a bit and then trigger again. So let's add some repeaters here. It's not working though. It's staying powered. Oops, I've made a loop. It keeps powering itself. Let's try again. I've got one line for the first trigger and a second line for the second trigger. Oops, it's only powering once. I think there's not enough delay on that second line. Let's add a few repeaters and try again. Hey, that's working. Now I only have to press this one button and all the dispensers are triggered in the correct order. I still got to manually break the block above the moss though. Let's fix that. Okay, we need something up above that moss block to break it. We could do another dispenser, wash it away with some water, although that might also wash away our redstone dust. Instead, I'm going to use a piston. I need to split this line to go up to the piston while continuing to go down to the bone meal dispenser. To avoid cutting the redstone line, place a transparent glass block. I want the piston to face down. That way, it can break the grass or whatever grows on the moss. We need to bone meal the moss block first, so let's add a repeater to get some delay. I need to rearrange a bit to fit that repeater. Let's try it out. Oops, we need a little bit more delay. One more try, and now it's working. We just have to press this one button here to generate more moss, flush out the carpets, and be ready for the next button press. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it or learned something, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help the channel. I hope it'll be a little less than 6 months between this episode and the next one. In addition to more automation on the moss farm, I'd love to share some of the technical topics that have captured my attention outside of Minecraft recently. Thanks again. See you next time.